Congratulations, you've just picked up the most cutting-edge car on the planet. But as we speak, algorithms from Amazon, Alibaba, and 5,000 Tesla influencers have already mapped out your digital profile. Starting today, your devices are going to be hit with a wave of targeted ads. Pink floor mats, neon LED strips, organizers for your organizers. You'll be bombarded with mysterious gadgets designed to solve problems you didn't even know you had. However, you actually do need some of this stuff, but usually you won't figure out which ones are essential until you've wasted $300 on cheap junk that ends up gathering dust in a garage bin a week later. Or you could just watch this video. Today, I'm breaking down 40 Tesla accessories. I'll show you which viral items are actually necessary to fix genuine design flaws, and which ones other creators are only pushing to snag quick referrals. Plus, I'm going to reveal one specific accessory that Elon Musk swore would never be in a Tesla. It costs less than $200, yet it fixes a glaring issue the company has ignored for 15 years. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. Things most car brands include to standard versions, but Tesla decided to leave as a DIY project for the owner. First up, floor mats. I highly recommend picking up a set of high-quality all-weather mats for both the front and rear. You can go with the official Tesla ones or a solid third-party brand. Believe it or not, the base Model 3 literally ships without any floor mats at all. Other models come with thin carpet mats that wear out fast. But here is a warning most people miss. Do not buy the cheapest $8 mats you find on Amazon. They wrinkle under your feet and can actually get jammed under the brake or accelerator pedals. Now, other channels will tell you to buy a mat for every single nook and cranny. They'll push trunk mats, lower trunk liners, frunk mats, and even rubber protectors for the back of the seats. If you want your car to smell like a rubber factory, sure, go ahead and cover every surface. But ask yourself if you actually need them. Are you really spilling milk bottles in your trunk every day? Think about this. If you put a heavy mat over the lower storage well in a Model 3 or Model Y, you'll probably stop using that space entirely. Nobody wants to lift an extra layer just to reach their gear. Anything you put down there will either be forgotten forever or eventually moved to the main trunk, creating unnecessary clutter. Tesla does not provide a spare tire, period. It's a deliberate choice because the company assumes you'll always have enough cell signal to call roadside assistance. Whether you actually agree with that logic, they didn't really ask. An air compressor isn't just a nice extra. It's something you'll be glad you have when things go wrong. The only problem is, marketers will try to sell you a multi-tool, which is a compressor, a power bank, a flashlight, and a radio all in one. Do not buy that so-called engineering marvel. Instead, buy a dedicated compressor that does one thing: inflate tires. Pay attention to the power and the duty cycle. A cheap, underpowered unit will overheat after 3 minutes without ever reaching the right pressure. I'm telling you this from experience. I once stood on the shoulder of the road while my tiny compressor struggled like a bodybuilder under a 500-pound barbell. Then, a guy in a massive pickup truck pulled over and handed me a real compressor. Keep in mind, if your tire has a serious puncture, a compressor alone won't save you. That's why you should also carry a tire plug kit and a can of emergency sealant. This setup allows you to limp to a shop on your own instead of waiting 2 hours for a tow truck. It's cheap, takes up almost no space, and you'll be incredibly glad you have it when things go wrong. Next up, mud flaps. This is a classic Tesla headache. After just 1 week of driving, you'll already notice rock chips on the rear fenders. A month later, it only gets worse. Mud flaps are designed to shield your paint from debris kicked up by the front wheels, and they definitely do the job. But if you plan on passing this car down to your grandkids in mint condition, install mud flaps immediately. Drive straight from the delivery center to the workshop. Your grandkids will thank you. However, if you live in the real world or any city with heavy traffic and high curbs, your paint is going to suffer regardless. People will bump into you, and everyday scratches are inevitable. Mud flaps aren't a magic shield for the entire car. If you still want them, plenty of companies sell them, including Tesla. You can also find flexible rubber splash guards that fit right into the factory holes. You can install those yourself, but keep in mind they have a habit of falling off. You'll often see Tesla owners driving around with half-broken guards, thinking their car is still protected. In this same category, you've probably seen plastic rim protectors. They're designed to let the plastic take the hit instead of your expensive alloys when you scrape a curb. They are everywhere on social media, from full covers to small inserts. But here is a unique high-tech solution from TSK. Stop hitting the curbs. That's it. That's the whole solution. It costs $0 and requires no installation. You're driving a car packed with 360-degree cameras, obstacle warnings, and autopilot, and you're still curb rashing your wheels? Maybe the wheels aren't the problem here. By the way, if you want to see cars that actually stay away from curbs, check out our Instagram. We've got plenty of them over there. I run HRE chrome wheels on my car, so hitting a curb is simply not an option. That finish cannot be repaired. You can't just re-chrome a spot or touch it up with a black spray can. Since I don't have the luxury of fixing them, I just make sure I don't hit anything. It's really not that hard. Now here is a truly useful piece of protection, a trunk sill guard. You actually need this. Every time you load heavy luggage or groceries, the edge of the trunk is the first thing to take a beating. It gets scratched up and starts looking worn out almost immediately. A silicone or plastic guard mounts right under the factory edge and looks like an original part. It's a small detail that really pays off after a year of ownership. Moving on. If you don't want your car to feel like a greenhouse that overheats the second the sun comes out, get a high-quality ceramic window tint. It lets the light through but blocks the infrared heat. Just a heads up, don't go too dark. In many states, limo tint is illegal and will get you pulled over. Finally, let's talk about interiors. If you have kids or a dog, someone is eventually going to kick the back of your seats. You'll notice the upholstery getting scuffed and damaged pretty quickly. Pick up some seat back protectors. They're cheap, easy to snap on, and even easier to remove. For dogs, a full rear seat cover is a lifesaver. Even Tesla used to sell their own version of these. Also, a protector under a child's car seat is a smart move to prevent permanent dents in the material. Buy these as you need them, and your interior will thank you. Finally, let's talk about that accessory I mentioned in the beginning. Someone once messaged Elon on X and asked if he would ever add a traditional speedometer in front of the driver in the Model 3. Musk's reply was a simple no. This remains one of the biggest complaints about the Model 3, the total lack of a display behind the steering wheel. Since everything is on the center console, checking your speed means taking your eyes off the road. For those who can't stand this setup, there's a solution. A mini screen that fits right between the steering wheel spokes. It gives you exactly what Tesla has refused to provide for 15 years. The market is flooded with different versions. Some are large and packed with data, while others are minimalist, showing your speed in retro-style red digits. Personally, I prefer the smaller ones. But here is a pro tip. The best screen is the one that allows air to flow through from the vents. Many of these aftermarket displays block the airflow to your body, meaning you get your speedometer but lose your climate control. If I have to choose between a screen and being comfortable, I'm choosing comfort every time. There's one issue here that can cost you an entire day, or about $2 to fix. I'll show you the difference a little bit later. Now let's talk about interior organization. Tesla engineers focused heavily on minimalism, keeping the cabin clean and simple. This actually makes it very easy to switch between cars. You don't have to hunt for your belongings in a dozen different pockets. You just grab your stuff from the center console and you're good to go. But if you're the type of person who loves hiding things in 20 different compartments and then never finding them again, there are plenty of accessories for you. Personally, I'm not a fan. It reminds me of a bulky fishing vest. But if that's your style, here's what the market offers. You can get a center console tray to create separate sections, or silicone cup holder inserts that are easy to pull out and wash. There are organizers for your armrest and even a magnetic shelf that sits behind the main screen for your glasses and cards. A glove box divider can turn that empty void into a structured storage area. And don't forget door pocket bins and side trunk organizers. They all work, but here's a warning. After watching this video, you might feel like every single pocket in your Tesla needs its own organizer. Don't fall for it. Only buy what solves a specific problem you're actually facing. I should also mention two handy trunk attachments. The first is a simple bag hook. It screws into a factory hole and keeps your grocery bags from tipping over. The second is a dedicated holder for your J1772 adapter. If you just leave that adapter rolling around, you'll eventually take it out of the car just for a second. And that'll be the one time you actually need it. I don't personally use these, but they are undeniably practical. Now let's talk about screens. Plenty of creators will tell you to buy a screen protector to prevent scratches. But let's be honest, how exactly do you plan to scratch a glass screen in your car? Are you attacking it with your fingernails? A wedding ring? Your keys? If you've actually managed to scratch your Tesla screen, please let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how you did it. The only real reason to buy one is for the matte finish. Now, that is actually a game changer. A matte protector cuts down on sun glare, hides those annoying oily fingerprints, and gives the interior a much cleaner look. That's a functional benefit, not just insurance for a problem that doesn't exist. The same logic applies to the rear screen if your Tesla has one. Next up is the swivel mount. The main Tesla screen is at a fixed angle, which can be a nightmare when the sun hits it at just the right or wrong way. A swivel mount lets you tilt the screen toward you, making it feel more like a driver-centric cockpit. It's a solid upgrade for around $90 and takes about 30 minutes to install. Just make sure you pick a reputable brand. Some of the cheap versions out there start to wobble after a month, and your screen will shake every time you take a corner. Check the reviews for stability, not just for how sleek it looks in the photos. And for those who can't seem to put their phones down, let's talk about dashboard and door handle mounts. There is one specific reason the standard wireless charger might not be enough for you. If you're using autopilot and want your phone in your direct line of sight, a mount helps. The latest autopilot system is strict about you looking ahead, but it can't always tell the difference between you watching the road or looking at a phone mounted high up. By the way, don't listen to the critics who trash the Tesla charging pad. It's one of the few things other manufacturers are actually trying to copy because the design is almost perfect. If the pad isn't enough, it's probably because you need your screen at eye level, not because the charger is bad. Now, let's circle back to that unpleasant scenario I mentioned. It's morning. You walk up to your car, press the handle, and nothing happens. The app won't respond. Your low-voltage battery is dead, and you're standing there locked out of your own vehicle. Listen closely, because this is the official Tesla procedure. You pop open the tow hook cover on the front bumper. Inside, you'll find 2 wires, touch a small A23 battery to them, and the frunk will pop open. Once you're in the frunk, you can finally access the battery and jumpstart the car. A couple of pro tips here. First, keep those spare batteries in your house, not in the frunk. If your only way into the car is locked inside the car, you see the problem. Second, yes, everyone now knows this trick to open your frunk. Once you've gained access, a portable jump starter is your best friend. Jumper cables work too. They're cheaper, but they're bulky and take up way more space. As for charging, if you're carrying more gear than the engineers planned for, you can pick up a dedicated charging hub for the center console. It adds extra USB-C and USB-A ports, hides the messy cables, and plugs directly into the 12-volt outlet. But before we move on, here's an interesting fact. Tesla sells an accessory on their official website that is absolutely essential. Yet for some reason they don't include it with a brand new car. I'll show you exactly what it is at the very end. Now let's talk adapters. Every new Tesla should come with a J1772 to Tesla adapter. But if you're buying used, there's a good chance the previous owner either lost it or sold it separately. Without this little piece of plastic, you're locked out of most public level 2 charging stations. You might not need it every day, but I guarantee there will be a moment when you'll deeply regret not having it in your trunk. Then there's the CCS adapter for third-party fast chargers. However, if you live in a city with a solid supercharger network, you don't need this. It could sit in your sub-trunk for 5 years and never see the light of day. That isn't an exaggeration. It's a proven 5-year experiment. If you're a hardcore road tripper exploring remote areas, go ahead and buy it. Otherwise, it's just a waste of money. I know we've been pretty skeptical about next kind of accessories earlier, mostly because if your car lives in a garage, you'll barely notice any difference. But if your Tesla spends a lot of time parked outside, a sunshade for the panoramic glass roof actually makes sense. In summer heat, the cabin heats up fast. And that big glass panel doesn't help. A decent shade cuts a good portion of the heat before it even gets inside. Same idea with a windshield sunshade. On its own, it won't solve the problem completely, but together with a roof shade, it does make a difference. Finally, a quick tip for owners of older models. If your car was made before 2020, check if you actually have an external drive or flash drive plugged in. If you don't, your Sentry mode isn't actually recording a thing. Any fast USB 3.0 drive will do the trick, but stay away from those old slow thumb drives. They'll just cause the system to lag or crash. Next, an extra dash cam. Honestly, unfollow any blogger who tells you to buy one. They're either just trying to make a quick buck or they have no idea how this car actually works. In my experience, Sentry mode is more than enough. It's already been a lifesaver in countless court cases. If you didn't know that pressing the horn automatically saves the last 10 minutes of footage, you should definitely watch our video on Tesla hacks. Now, for those with older Model 3s or current Model Ys, you're missing that rear passenger screen. If you feel like you can't live without it, or if you're just eager to ruin your kid's eyesight early, there are plenty of aftermarket options on sale. Those same models also lack ambient lighting. Once you've spent time in a car with the updated Highland interior, it's hard to go back to a pitch-black cabin. There are tons of LED kits for the console and dash, and I don't mind them if that's your style. My only advice, avoid unverified electrical gadgets from sketchy sources. Look for products with actual long-term reviews. If you fry your car's electronics with a cheap kit, the repair bill will be incredibly painful. Then there's the protective coating for white seats. You spray it on to shield the upholstery while keeping the ventilation holes clear. Want my opinion? If you bought the white interior, just wear clean clothes. If you stay clean, your seats stay clean. It's that simple. Now for my personal favorite. It's the only aftermarket part I've actually installed in my own car. Physical stalks for turn signals and gear shifting. These are a game changer for the Model S and Model X Plaid. I'm just not a fan of using buttons on the steering wheel. This is for the drivers who still want that tactile physical feel. Interestingly, I only use the circuit board from the kit. I swapped in actual Tesla stalks from a Model 3, and they fit perfectly into the steering column of the S and X. The slots are already there. It's almost as if Tesla designed the car for them and then changed their mind at the last second. Now everything works and feels like an original factory part. Finally, here is that official accessory from the Tesla website that you absolutely should buy. Jack pads. You need these to lift the car without crushing the battery pack. If you just shove a jack under the frame of a Tesla made after 2020, you risk serious battery damage. Tesla knows this perfectly well, that's why they sell the pads, but they still refuse to include them with the car. Get a set, keep them in your trunk, and make sure any mechanic who touches your car actually uses them. The very last accessory I'll recommend is actually our own business card. This card belongs in the glove box of every Tesla in Los Angeles or Orange County. At the end of the day, a Tesla is a brilliant piece of tech, but it comes with a surprising number of small, annoying flaws. You can fix almost all of them for just a few $dozen, without waiting for a software update or asking for permission from Elon. If there is something about your Tesla that's driving you crazy right now, let me know in the comments. Your frustration might just be the topic of our next video. And if you've reached the point where you're looking for a serious performance upgrade rather than just small accessories, well, you know exactly where to find us.